And obviously, for a dog musher like Ryan, he's got his family right there in KGB Road at the starting line of the Iditarod. He's got another kennel, I believe, himself up there and some property here he used to. So for him, logistically, this is something he's set up for success to do already, and it was already part of his game plan to head up just a month or so later after the beargrease to Iditarod. For other mushers like Blake and Jennifer Frecking, who are longtime beargrease competitors, they're in northern Minnesota and run a Seppel Siberian team primarily with maybe some Alaskan Husky bloodlines mixed in as well. This is something that will really damage their ability unless they decide, and it's a lot more logistically difficult for them to try to get up north to Alaska and to race up there. Obviously, I'm not sure the training conditions out there in Fort Kent. That is a race in terms of the Can-Am 250 that I ran as a young guy, as a high school, and a very hilly race. And obviously, that is about, in terms of the date, the starting date, about the same time of Iditarod. So if they're not going to go to Iditarod for lower 48 mid distance or long distance sled dog team kennel, that's a great option for them. It's a few states away. It's still a journey, but it's not going all the way to Alaska through a different country, and it's not as logistically and economically, I think, a barrier for lower 48 mid distance musher. Now, the beargrease, though, I feel like it's kind of sad that they're not running it this year. I saw a press release on WDIO News where the committee leader was sort of saying that this is the second time ever. In 2007 was the last time they canceled the John Beargrease Sled Dog Marathon. The only other time. Hey, Hero, how you doing, buddy? My dog is like not as interested in this, but I think it's a race that growing up I was watching. Every time I read the Mushing magazine as a little kid, I always thought maybe someday I would go run the Beargrease. I never did it. It was sort of tragic, in and of itself, because great history with the indigenous community there in northern Minnesota, the Chippewas, in the also just like how that the Northwoods culture, I think, is alive and strong there. In the race boosts the economy in those cities, in those towns, Duluth, etc. In sort of a season and a time of year, and some news releases said this as well, where they don't usually get, in terms of their hotels, in terms of their bars, as many consumers, as many travelers, as many patrons. So it's good. It's good. These dog mushing races, we have to remember, are good for economies.